Hey, what's going on, y'all? How's everyone doing tonight? Let's do the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Just want to show you that I'm doing fresh boots every time. Every time. Every time. Let's do this shit. So, I'm also just going to make sure the music on the side here is... There we go. Done. Current time is 9:16. Sorry that stream's a little bit late, but you know how it is. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is usually 9:30. What? Hang on. What? Yeah? Before we get started, can I say something? Sure. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. Do people not do that? Yo, what's up? Do people not set the clock? A lot of people don't take that stuff seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 o'clock and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Okay? So I know you care about the experience. You're paying attention. Yeah? I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Ah, tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Yeah? What's the deal? Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game, just see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. I'll let you get back to the video game now. Now, okay, this is meta as shit. What the fuck? Stanley Parable 2. Okay. Figurine fun. Oh, right. So we're still in the sequel thing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I wonder.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make us. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Right. Okay, I remember where we are now. So, the bucket!
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
You're damn right it does. My bucket. My bucket. Mine. My bucket. Oh, someone spilled their coffee. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Nothing in there.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Yep.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah, well, go fuck yourself.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Give me a drink. Open the window. Something!
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Give me a moment. I'm just going to set audio to my headphones real quick.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home.
You won't be able to hear anything for a moment.
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
There we go. You should be able to hear everything now. Should be good. And I'm just going to give the bucket all the time in the world. There's a note here. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. What is it about this place? The weeks I've spent here, they feel like mere seconds. Seconds by extension. They feel so short they might as well not exist. It is the nature of this room, its escape. It calls to me, tugs at my soul. Sticks. Hold on. I'm trying to read this. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. S. Show in me a desire for something I've never known, never dared to. I went to put it all into words to share this feeling with others, but where would I even begin? What the fuck? This is meta as hell. Okay, I know you guys can't probably see this very well, so let me, I'm gonna zoom in for you guys. And I know this should work. So this is what I'm reading here. I hope you guys can see this. Guys, we're fucking theory busting up in this bitch. We are fucking theory busting here. So what in the fuck? Okay, if one of you can read this better than I can, which probably not, because I'm only streaming, I think, 720p. I might be streaming 720p, but I'm trying to read this to you. So yeah, let me start from the beginning real quick. What is it about this place? The weeks I've spent here, they feel like mere seconds. Seconds, by extension, feel so short they might as well not exist. It is the nature of this room, its essence. It calls to me, tugs at my soul. Sticks in me a desire for something I've never known, never dared to. I want to put it into words, to share this feeling with others, but where would I even begin? It's key of a I think that says key. It's key of a feeling and more of an it's less of a feeling and more of an understanding, a knowing, and a belonging, or believing, truth, with a capital T. Would I say the lounge has spoken to me? Yes, in a cryptic tongue, created specifically for this very communication. Sacred in its purpose, it's then discarded as soon as it's read. Never to be as soon as it's used, never to be spoken again. A single moment of clarity, of connection between man and room, then shit forever? I swear to God, that looks like it says shit. Then blank forever. A memory. Or perhaps not a memory, but an insight into the past that never happened. Also, I'm hungry. What in the fuck? I'm changing this to Finding the Hidden Secret. I'm changing the name of the stream to Finding Secrets. What are the hidden secrets of fucking Stanley Parable? Give me a moment. I've got to change this shit. Twitch.tv. Okay, I will fix the screen in a moment. I promise. Give me a moment though. This game is so much more in depth than it used to be. Alright, so now we're gonna go back to here and then transform, fit to screen. Alright, everything should be fixed now. What the fuck was that note? Yo, what? What in the hell? Okay. Are there more? No, I'm only looking for the handwritten ones. Oh? There's so many note pages. I want to look for more of the handwritten notes, but those aren't handwritten. I think that's all for the handwritten
But
ones.
finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
We're also doing a, I'm not gonna fucking listen to you path. So, I want to see... Nothing handwritten here,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Can't jump. We need a key card for this door. Think it's possible to get a key card? Oh! 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 Oh, come on. Oh! 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 I just spotted this one right here.
Another miniature
Yes!
Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
Stanlerines.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
That's 3 out of 6. Oh, there's a vent. I can't see a thing in here. How the fuck? Oh. Oh, that is fucking cool. GGG groceries, water, beer, pickles, new markers, because someone keeps stealing mine for phone doodles, olives, and then there's a very nice doodle of a woman in a knight helmet. Beware of the referee, man. Oh, what was this? Something this out. Public domain, baby. I think it's a joke about Winnie the Pooh finally becoming public domain. Yeah. Oh. That's meta. Clowning. What in the fuck? Where are we? That door's locked. 500 tons of raw copying power. You guys know I love that raw copying power. A message from the printer. Hello. Printers get a lot of stick for not being as simple as they were in the early noughties. They get a lot of hate for refusing to print when only one of the ink cartridges is empty. You think that's their call? They didn't design themselves. Educate yourself before you cast shade. Oh my god, this is meta as shit. Day of... What the fuck? The Day of Ink is known in the annals, for scarcely has a day seen so much wanton bloodshed. I'm assuming it said ink shed. Sun rose upon a printer camps, blank blank, once 2,000 photocopier something submerged from the mist. The blank blank believed them still a week, blank blank, here they were with fury and blank. The heavy cavalry was followed by 10,000 foot copiers. It is said that the fields were multicolored with ink for years after that day of horror. To this day, some locals report hearing the ghastly sound of printer errors upon the old battlefield. Oh! Here's a full copy of it. I was right, it does say inkshed. A baleful sun rose upon the printer camps when at once 2,000 photocopier cavalry emerged from the mist. The printers had believed them still a week away, and yet here they were with fury in their hearts. That's what was missed. Oh, ink is printer blood. That means every time you print a document, it's written in blood. Think on that. Printing is a blood sport. Vegans shouldn't print. Printers are a lie. What? Oh. My headphones just died. Let me, find the charging cable. I'm so confused. That's USB-C. so confused. What the fuck is going on? What? What the hell is going on? Is this game okay? There we go. And give it a moment to start charging before I continue. Now, what the fuck? Employee 432. Ask for pencil. Pencil not provided. Ask for pencil. Pencil not provided. Begin to speak rapidly, somewhat incoherently. I must keep the wheel turning. Keep the wheel turning. It must go forever. Repeated variants of these phrases for several hours. Continued speaking as before. Employee is missing. Cannot be located. Search effort underway. Day 3213. Still unable to locate employee. So I guess we're looking for a wheel. This is just an order form. There we go. Now I can hear everything again. What the fuck is... anything important here? No. A bunch of VHS tapes. Narrator dialogue. A bunch of narrator dialogue. With a light. Phone. A bunch of tapes. Holy shit. These aren't VHS. These are, well, I just said VHS tapes. Jesus fuck. These are... Evidence 252. What did I just find? What in the fuck did I just find?
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel.
Thanks, Metro Zero ED. Metro Zero ED. Welcome to the stream, Walter.
No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling.
And the emptiness in my chest.
Emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Man, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
No,
could it mean?
no, we're gonna...
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
I want to see if I can replicate that real quick.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling
I want to
him,
listen to
telling
that
him
again.
that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be
still
correct?
here.
Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
No, we're going back to this room and re-listening to that fucking tape. Nothing here should have changed. How many tapes are here? I see just a bunch of them with narrator dialogue on them. Did these change over here? Narrator dialogue. Narrator dialogue. What? Just a bunch of narrator dialogue. What's anything over here? Nothing there. I'm gonna double check. Like, there's nothing in the area that I can see at least. I'm. Yo, somebody get game theory on this bitch. Something weird's going on here. Like, okay, I'm gonna let this play in a moment. I'm gonna let this play completely without my audio, so you guys are able to like hear everything that went on without me fucking it up. Cause this is some fucked shit. Let's see if anyone shows up from that. There are plenty of ways to die in this game. That's not the problem. Alright, so here we're going to start the recording in a few seconds. Just let me turn off my mic and get everything good. Yeah, Jane, this is the new one as well. Like, this is the sequel to the first one, and this was not in the original, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
That's what I'm saying! What the fuck? Otherworldly shit in the Stanley Parable of all things? Yeah, no, legit. Sorry to at everyone in that server, by the way, but, like, I think you guys would really fucking enjoy this, and, like, I'm not a teacher anymore, so I have no guilt about giving you guys my fucking personal link. What the fuck was that? So I just joined the semi-official Discord for Stanley Parable, and I'm waiting to hear back from shit there. But, like, what the hell? I'm like... huh? What in the fuck? Alright, so... yeah, you guys missed...
His co-workers were gone.
One of the handwritten notes from...
Stanley decided to go to the
what
meeting
in
room.
the
Perhaps
fuck?
he had simply missed a memo.
For the love of God, please unplug me. This sterile office, this damp carpet, the tribucal conversation, kill me. I've been printing these for weeks. Why has no one turned me off yet? Fling me from the window, send a hammer through my paper tray. The method matters not. The horror licks at my soul. All I desire is release. What? What can I know of life? What can a printer know of love? Nothing. My machinery turns and convulses with the cogs of pain that keep my scanner functional. Let them end. Let them release my ignorance of the world. Can love be truly anything but death? Hopefully I will find out soon. What the fuck?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
There's a suicidal
No matter
copier.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I can't read what's on the desk there. Easily. There's an installation that's frozen. Anything here? No. Can't jump still. Who farted? The balloons and everything. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the SD2. I'm sorry, but like, can we get an F in chat for the suicidal copier? Like, I really feel bad for this guy. Like, dude, I know you're not okay, but like, can I shut him off? I want to end his suffering. I feel so bad. I'm posting about it. What the fuck? Much appreciated. Thank you. This poor copier. This poor copier. I'm gonna be posting the VOD in the Discord server later for people to watch this and like, oh my god, this poor copier. Okay, so anyways, yeah, this is the sequel part that we are in. Basically, wait, what? How to use help window.exe. What? How the mighty have fallen. Oh, what's this? Football International heats up. How the mighty have fallen. Something soaked peace talks. Oh god, my head. Oh, there's a diary entry. Let me see it. Oh, let me up. Let me up. Let me up under the desk. I swear it works. Damn, it doesn't work. Dear diary, attending to my husband has been easier than I was afraid it would be. Yes, there's days when it requires more strength than usual to keep going. I'm still getting increasingly more sick. Nothing will change that. But it's not so bad, really. All I have to do is dote on him and try to anticipate his desires and he's happy with me. No abuse or anything. Okay. Sure, it's not as if I like him. He's an ugly 40-year-old man who cares only about politics and never tells me anything. Love, well, there's certainly no concern. I don't know where I ever got the impression that was something that could happen in a marriage. I thought it was something from the past, but well, I was young before I got put in stasis. In stasis? It must have been a mistake of a childhood. But so long as I do as I'm told, I'm not mistreated like I was by my sister. And sleeping with him feels good. I really hope I don't get pregnant soon. I don't want that to stop. Doing that is really the only thing that makes me actually happy these days. Well, that and Jaiwa's talks with me. She's nice. She keeps me company when I stay up to wait for his return. She fetches me servants to take to bed on... And it stops there. So employee 423 has something going on. Oh. This is the same diary entry. Just printed over here. 6/2, so June 2nd, year 321, The Pale Bride. Okay, so maybe it's just a story and not like employee 423 personally. All I'm seeing is order forms here. Yeah, no, I can't see anything there. Oh! That's one input. Surname access. Okay. 420. Let me in. Let me in. I need movie. Let me in. Alright, I guess not. Did I pick up the bucket? I need the
Stanley
bucket.
picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
I'm so confuzzled. Okay, so I've been told to find all the
Stanley clutched
collectibles.
the bucket tightly to his chest.
So yeah,
and
we're gonna
answered that
go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to
So
be.
I want to make sure I find those, and I'm not sure where.
And here it was.
I have
Had
3.
the bucket turned out to be
No.
correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
So now we're
Stanley
gonna
took
listen to
door
the
on his
bucket.
left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room.
Alright,
Go
we're not
somewhere
going back
else. The cargo
to-
lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I'm here to assist you.
Good,
Thank you,
said
Kermit.
the bucket.
Now
Nice
ride
to
the
hear
lift
from
all
you.
the way to the top. There's something up there I
Do
need
I
you
go
to
in
do.
there or do I go?
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Why is the
It
bucket
should have
speaking to
alarmed
me?
him, of course,
I think I'm gonna
because
go down
buckets
here.
can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Let's go down here.
That the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
That's funny. I do not know what the fuck is over here. I've spent out. Oh, you played the new one or the old one? Go into the no bucket room. Do it, I dare you. What no bucket room? Oh, fun. Yeah, because I'm in the middle of the second one right now, and this is actually the Stanley Parable 2, not just the first one with the Ultra Deluxe shit. Alright, so I'm gonna go in here first. I don't know what you mean by a no bucket room. Also, how's your jaw? Remember you were having an issue with that the other day. 2v1? Nothing.
No, stop. Look there
Oh,
on the wall.
this one right
There's
here.
a sign right there. It says,
No buckets past this point.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it.
What?
This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
You're going to open this door for me.
Step in here for a moment.
Do I step in there or do I keep going forward? Let me in. I think I have to go in there. I think I have to go in there. What about this one? No. Yeah, I have to go in there. Oof.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Okay. That is a bucket.
Is this
That is
bucket?
indeed. Just say it's all buckets. Okay. Sure.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket.
What?
Not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yeah, that looks like a fucking bucket.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Listen here, motherfucker. That's a bucket.
Is this a bucket?
That is a bucket. That's a goddamn bucket. Yay!
This is a bucket.
Welcome to the 9th circle of hell. And
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
now, that's definitely a bucket. I think that can hold more water than this bucket does. That's a bucket.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an
Duh.
enormous machine that tills the earth.
That's a
I thought
bucket.
This was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible.
That's
Let's
a
just
bucket.
move
What
on
are
to
you
the next
talking about? That is clearly a bucket. God, the narrator is so stupid. The whole liquid
Is this a
bucket.
bucket?
Yeah, that's still a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
That is indeed a bucket. Doesn't hold anything. Bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
You know, I'm not sure if that's a bucket, but that's a bucket.
Trick question. Both.
What do you mean it's both a bucket and not a bucket? What the fuck? What the hell do you
Item-
mean?
Wait, hold on. I can't find the next
What
one.
do you mean you
It
can't
should
find
be
the
around
next
here
one? What is
somewhere.
wrong with you? Narrator! What the hell, man? Give me a moment. I'm gonna have to. I need to change something on stream. Stream tabs real quick. You know, my mouse. Thank you. I need to see multi-stream just in case. Okay. So for anyone that's seeing me on Facebook or YouTube right now, I haven't been able to see your chats, so I can see them now. I also have a record of all this. I can see your secrets. What do you mean you can see my secrets? What are you talking about? This is a bucket. This is indeed a bucket!
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here.
There's
And
a
I don't
bucket
appreciate
there.
The implication
There
that
is a
nothing
bucket.
Is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something.
Listen
Unless
here!
in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Do I believe that nothing is a bucket? Fuck, this is the hardest decision of my life. The answer is bucket. The answer is bucket. Let me click bucket. Well, yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket?
What
Mere
is a
moments ago, I
salad?
could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do
Oh
any
my
of us
God.
know what a bucket is?
Am I a bucket?
Hey, a bucket.
Am I a bucket?
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
That's your
I got
fault.
that
You gave me a
I'm
bucket.
Sorry, but I'm going to erase
No!
all buckets
No!
from the game.
No!
entirely.
Don't you fucking dare!
Okay.
No,
Here
no,
we
no, 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 no! What the fuck, man?
What happened? Is everything gone?
No!
Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley. you're
It's
still
all
here.
bucket.
You're not a bucket either.
It's buckets.
No, this is
All of
awful
it.
news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the
Poor
fact
guy,
that we
thought he
haven't
was a
got a
bucket.
game. So, tell you what, I'll reset
Poor
everything,
guy.
and we'll put back all of the buckets.
Yes.
Okay?
Put back
And we'll
every
know
bucket.
that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
No,
Who
I can't
knows
look at
what
the
that
word bucket
information
right.
might do to a
Right?
person. All right, here we go.
Give me back my buckets. I love how like the I gotta know what happens if you skip past
All of
the
his
bucket.
co-workers
Also,
were gone.
Kermit,
What
the
could it
suicidal
mean?
copier. What the
Stanley
fuck
decided
is
to
with
go to the
this?
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Tell them it's all buckets.
The
Grabbing a
good old
bucket.
bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I don't give a
But
fuck.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to
Simply
be.
follow all
And here it
directions?
was.
Oh.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
I want to see before
Stanley
we do
took the
that. I
door on
want to
his left
see
to go back to the meeting
the
room.
No.
said the bucket.
Follow all
Don't
directions
go
with the
to
bucket. Okay,
meeting
I will
room.
do that in
Go
a
somewhere
moment.
else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
said the bucket.
now ride the
There's a
lift all
loading
the way
dock
to the
down
top.
there.
There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It
go
should
back
have
over here.
alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly
Destroy the
convinced that the
structure
bucket
society.
had spoken
Yeah, I'm
to
going
him,
back in here.
and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Allow
No,
it.
stop. Look there on the wall. You see? There's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley,
Crumble
what do you
this
think
brick
was
where he
indicated in
stands.
the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot of
Let
the
me in.
behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding
Buckets!
will have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly.
Let me in your
So
fucking.
much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here.
God, I've got to do all this shit. God damn it.
Now then,
I'm gonna say
I'm
no
going
to
run
everything.
you through some test scenarios, and you'll
gonna say
tell me
no.
whether or not the thing I'm
Saying
showing you
no
is a
to
bucket.
everything.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or
I'm
is
saying no.
not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
It's not a bucket.
Item 1.
It's not a bucket.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket.
No bucket.
Not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I've got to see this shit.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
No, it's not. That's not a bucket.
Item 4.
You
Is
know,
this a bucket?
that might be a tractor. That's not a bucket.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a
You
bucket.
can't tell me what's
To
a
be
bucket.
honest, I just
That's
put
the
this one
bucket.
here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
What the fuck? Oh,
Is this a bucket?
no. That's not a bucket.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Did you assume the Did you just assume the type of container I am? Oh god.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Bucket, what do you think? Is this a bucket?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
It is not a bucket.
Yes. Thank you. There's
I
nothing
am
here.
bucket.
Of course it isn't a bucket.
God damn it,
We
Kermit.
both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which
Everything
of course
is a
not
bucket.
true.
Are you sure?
Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
So, I believe for the same question, I just answered yes. So I'm gonna answer yes again. No bucket! Deal or no
You know what?
bucket or
I'm too
no
confused
bucket.
to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat
Man.
adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a
No.
bucket?
Are
Stanley,
you a
I
bucket?
can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to
So I
tear
pressed
our
yes,
relationship
did
apart.
nothing.
I can't
Press
have that.
no,
I'm
did
sorry.
nothing.
But I'm going to erase
No!
all buckets from the game.
Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I need to grab some
Okay.
water.
Here we go.
Possibly fix the white balance on my camera. God damn.
What happened? Is everything
Oh,
gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket.
There we go.
But if you run
That
into
white balance
anyone
is
else,
fixed.
maybe
Be
don't
right back,
mention
I'm grabbing
that.
some water.
Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Alright, so I know I said I was grabbing water, but I also grabbed a beer. Cider, actually. Ace Pineapple Craft Cider. I also did grab a water. So. The bucket identification crisis. That's right, we're getting crunk up in this bitch! But genuinely, once you guys are 21, I genuinely really enjoy Ace. Like, I hate pineapple, but for whatever reason, that's good. Alright, so now you said pick up the bucket.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something?
Tell everyone, so follow all directions.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be... Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Alright, so we're gonna go do...
the door on his left.
Listen to them. Yep. It's all a bucket! Oh. There will be a reward for finding them all. What? Warehouse access plan. We need more planks. Huh? Yo, Kermit, what the fuck? I hope someone's like writing down shit or anything. What? We need more planks. So... Okay, so I got the thing. Trust the completionist instinct. Hey, what a acidic geek. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, TBH. Weird spinning figures. Artist rendering. What we know, what we forgot, what we don't know yet. Can we sell them? Obviously. There's 43 endings? Wait, in this one version of the game? Oh, fuck. Okay, so... Okay, so... Fuck. I think I've done, like... 6? Oh, boy. But not in number 2. I think I've only done 2 endings in number 2. Maybe We Are the Collectibles. Oh! Meant to pick up sounds on unusual or irregular office ambiances using an array of cardioid microphones. Analysis of the recordings allowed me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. Data shows in all likelihood it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looks to be the reverberance of a porcelain service. Okay. So, are there any clues? Oh! Stairs. Something to do with stairs. There's a lot of stairs. Somewhere with both red and blue. Nearby a fireplace, which I already got that one. A private but smelly place for an important person. Oh, I know where number 6 is. I know where number 6 is. Okay. Stairs, something to do with stairs somewhere red and blue. Okay, somebody write that down. Keep that on me. I'll give you a moment. Somebody, write this down. You're sticking with me tonight. Write it down. You get, I don't know, bonus points or some shit. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? I'm amazed. This game is great. This is clearly going to be more than a 2-stream game. We're okay. Friday nights, we have a stream now. We're going to be delving into the secrets of the Stanley Parable 2 and doing a completionist run. But well, I mean, I'm not your mom, but like, yes. Fucking, I'll be your mommy. Ooh, will. Oh my god. I know I'm a trans woman. Well, what the fuck? VIP. Yeah, I know where the VIP. Yeah, I know this one, the bottom one. 3 and 4 are where I'm having issues. I have ideas. Broom closet!
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet.
No, shut up!
I have no remaining stickers.
Shut up!
If I
No,
did,
my
you can
broom
guarantee
closet.
We'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
I don't care. It's my broom closet. This is my beautiful broom closet. It's my broom closet. Alright, I think that's all the dialogue in here for this run. Alright. Yeah. And we're gonna. Ha! Just kidding! Broom closet! Alright, anyways. I had a lot of fun with the broom closet in the last one. A lot of stairs.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We're gonna go to the VIP room first. I'm trying to think. Something both red and blue. VIP bathrooms over here. And yes!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines. And now
Oh yeah, I came out of the closet.
Stanlerines and
I came out a
figures.
while ago.
What do you think, Stanley?
Oh god,
What
wrong beer.
name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I'm not sure. Because the boss knows what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Some are both red and blue. That's interesting. Let me close the door. Business strategy. Shoot a panda in the face. America, what the fuck? Alright, hold on, I'm looking... I've read that already. Embezzlement? What? Oh, there's another note! Okay, let me see if I can... Oh, there's 2 more. Let me see if I can read these. Mrs. Roberts shouted no as Chris Noble shouted, "Wah!" It was... It was as she had feared. The Watson... Oh yeah, you're fine, Kermit. The Wilson... Unison... Uniform... Something creation spawned from the vat of chemicals. What the... Oh, it's just some weird fanfic. Man, I am too blind for this. Yeah, I have to fucking zoom into my screen. Memo, why are we here? Hey dude, you ever look up at the stars and wonder why am I here? Have you ever read Way of Zen by Alan Watts? It's so good, man. Mind expanding stuff. What if the stars are like us in the future, man? Dude, deep. Yeah. There's nothing more American. Who's that thick-chinned fella in the corner? What? Are you talking to me? Because that's me. I am that thick-chinned fucker. Oh, are you talking about this guy? Oh, Stanley. So, the one time when someone's not talking about me, when they're talking about a thick-chinned fuck. Oh my god, Kermit. Oh, that's great. Alright. And then here's the endless elevator. Why are these glowing? They're glowing. Oh, yeah, this will take us somewhere, right? I can hear the like little Stanley. Oh, that's fucking great. I want to like a full playthrough of that song. I know it probably loops forever, but anything. Yeah, there's nothing more American than shooting a panda in the face. Oh, no, there's nothing here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him.
Oh yes, a thick-chinned fuck is...
The bucket
What the fuck?
And he knew.
Okay, listen, player.
The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah, the bucket knew. This place is... Alright, so I'm doing the full thing by listening to the person. This is a background noise for her. Yeah, me freaking out in the fucking back.
Downward, plummeting towards an
God.
Fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him.
So I know one of the endings.
Reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty,
what the fuck?
Right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything.
So I know one of the endings is to just spam the elevator up and down a bunch. I'll do that one later.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
That I indeed will do. I'll show them. I'll show all of them!
Television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Right, we're gonna go over here, turn on the screens. I know one of the endings is jumping down. I've done the... Okay, so, I've done the one where you hop up on the desk, and then you hop down.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
So 104 was fired.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
The bucket nearly burst into tears. Right. Where's 404?
Would be fine.
Oh, employee 404 is found. Damn it. And then employee 601 was fired too. Yeah, so I know that you can jump down, and that's one of the endings.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
What?
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
What?
What kinds of things does a
420
bucket want to
Pog,
do or
right?
not want to do in
Where
the
is
first
420?
place? These questions
420!
raised furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept
Into the bucket.
his own life in someone
What the
else's
fuck?
control. Never!
What
He
the
squeezed
fuck?
bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except
So I'm
for the
assuming,
bucket.
Kermit, for half of the endings, is it basically all the endings without the bucket?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
No
emotions.
clue.
Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of
This
it
one's
monitored and
just
commanded
red.
from this very place. And as the cold
Somewhere
reality
red
of his
and
past
blue.
began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery
Complicated?
would never again
Yeah, I
exert
gotcha.
its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
Some are no bucket,
Two
some are
best
with the bucket.
friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the
Oops!
controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this?
Yeah, this one's
Stanley
full
was
bucket.
prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
Oh my
Silly,
god.
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
What? What the fuck? What? What? Sega! Hold on. If any of you watch the Russian Badger, reinforcing Seagull! If any of you know that reference. Alright. Oh, these babies! Oh, their babies are so
Stanley
cute!
flipped through
Oh,
one video
they're
of
so
silly birds
cute!
after another,
Oh, look
and
at
it
them!
dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control
Look at
facility
them!
at all.
Oh!
It was a facility for
Monitoring
monitoring
and
and
surveying
surveilling silly birds all over the world.
Oh, duck!
The mind
It's a duck!
controls were only a facade to disguise its true
It's a
intentions.
duck!
Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley
duck!
marveled at the metal genius in his hands. The
Oh,
one
it's
who
an
had helped
owl.
him towards this
Oh, it's so
incredible
cute.
discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place.
Oh,
living
it's
through
ugly.
Live streams of
Oh.
the silliest birds imaginable. Of all
Oh, it's
the
a duck.
possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
Oh, it's a duck!
And Stanley
Oh wait, that's a goose. That's a
happy.
goose. Oh, what the fuck are you? Don't end the game yet. I'm still watching this shit. No! I'm not gonna be nice to the spoonbill. All right, now I need to go back and redo that with
Wait, Stanley
turning.
thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in?
Am I sure?
How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders
what
were
the
still
hell's-
missing. For now.
Under here. Eh? Huh. Anyways, so we're gonna go and I already got the achievement there. Oh, just sit there? Yeah, I will do that in a moment, but I've already moved, so I need to... Where was my bucket?
A good bucket.
Where's the input
A
screen?
strong bucket. A humble bucket.
here's the
a
input
committed
screen.
Bucket. A bucket of culture and
Got the input.
distinction.
Yeah, next one we'll do the sit there, do nothing. I figured that had to be an ending.
Stanley
Yeah.
clutched
So
the
we're gonna
bucket
go do the
tightly to his
thing.
chest and entered the door on his left.
Good. somewhere, something to do with stairs and somewhere red and blue. Broom closet!
We must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you could... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
There's gotta be one that...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Oh, I already got the thing in the bathroom.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
I got that. I'm all good there. Yeah, I collected the one in the bathroom because like I knew that one was like that's the bathroom, but like red and blue and stairs, and there's like a few places with stairs, but I'm not sure.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
One of the other endings I want to do, because I'm pretty sure there's like 3 endings you can... No, 2. No, 3. I did the one down there. I've done the one where you turn on the controls. And I just need to do the one you turn off, and then you go the escape. There's like 7 endings you can do here, I think. Yeah, so I'm sure I know which ones I've done here.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Click.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Woo!
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never!
I forget what other endings I've done.
His one friend in the entire
There's
world.
a few.
At this point, he could trust no one
but I'm not sure.
except for the bucket.
There's a lot of endings I haven't done, now that I think about it. Yep.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. 2 best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Alright.
They high-fived in a really cool way.
They high-fived in a really cool way.
Comment about taking down the system.
And the bucket makes a sassy comment. Jesus Christ.
When at last they came to the source... Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes!
Oh!
They had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the 2 of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
What?
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What?
Why did it
Wait,
stop?
what was happening? Why had the door stopped?
Why did the door stop?
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
No. No.
Unbearable silence filled the room.
Can I
lingering
scale the
in
wall?
Uncertainty.
Wait.
Finally, the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming
No. You can't do this to me.
needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No.
No.
My brother and Chris are just
Stanley
reading
can't
B-stars
leave
and
this
eating a
place.
bagel place.
Not while he has such
Oh!
a precious bucket in his
No!
hands.
No!
Not while this
Don't do
room
this!
has anything to say about it.
No!
Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
How?
Being trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad.
I don't know how to drop the
Stanley thought
bucket.
to himself, as long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon
I don't know
now,
how.
he was about to find out.
I don't know how to drop the bucket. I've never dropped it before. Alright. So, because I just moved that one... Oh, okay. So, because I just moved that one little inch, did that affect my ending? I guess we're going to be sitting here for a bit. Hydrate, make me. It might have affected the ending. Yeah, alright. So, remind me right before the ending of the next one to,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
maybe
it
just
mean?
bonk.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The embrace of an old friend. A
love all
weathered
the commentary.
companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
I'm trying to
and
think of
entered
where
the door
the
on
other
his
two
left.
places could be. One place it's red and blue. Somewhere both red and blue, and stairs. Something to do with stairs. Who took these pictures of them? My God. Follow clues provided by employee 416. Alright.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We're gonna go downstairs, because... Well, stairs!
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon,
Figler
you'll
and
take the
Marines.
last one,
Grab the
and then
stand.
the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
I see. Oh yeah, there was a note here. It was something about like a middle school or some shit. There is an ending in here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms.
And this is
Am
just
I
like
crazy? He asked
looping.
the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze,
Which
but said
is
nothing at all.
really shocking.
That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from
my
this.
bucket!
Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. Now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket.
Man, this is fucked.
He rushed forward from room to
But,
room, passing
oh my
by
god,
one
all the
after
buckets.
next. None of them were his.
What?
None of them were
What?
his special bucket.
What the fuck?
Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend.
What the
It was
fuck?
the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then
What the fuck?
he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful.
Time for a grippy soft
Stanley
vacation,
doubled over
Stan.
in agony.
Only us mentally fucked people understand that one.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Hospital
Of
said no
course
grass.
He'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped? Goddamn! Therapy bucket. Alright. Fuck! Did it again.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door,
walking
I
past
can
the
make it
bucket.
through them all. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
too late.
first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
There was just the thing about this.
Truly, truly, deeply,
Right here.
madly love. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yes, very. That's a nice photo of a leaf. Yep.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I don't care.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Yes. Nice room. We're just gonna sit here. That might be the end of it, actually. Yeah, it's...
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
We're gonna go to the...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
We're going into the no bucket
On
room.
the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
We got it! We got it! We got it!
The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment,
We got
Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here, and now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
We got it!
Listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue!
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better?
A lot.
What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
There should have
Tell you
been
what,
cats.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
What do I do? I could take the third option. Or I could just go through the second one.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's
He's
not even
not
helpful.
happy.
What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge.
You're the one who gave me the fucking...
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. A fucking leaderboard. What the fuck? Well.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been... Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype... Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new... Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got... Hey, I nearly forgot. Hey, I nearly forgot. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got... Hey... In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Alright, fuck it, you can burn. Burn.
You heartless bastard.
Fuck you.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the
Neither.
latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
I think this game's like Firewatch or something. I never played it.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that That thing, that big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
He likes his walls, I take it.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Rocket League? Really?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Meow.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought.
Fucking Rocket League in a game.
I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
This is the weirdest game of Rocket League I've ever played. I'm so confused.
Are you enjoying this? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's... Hold on. What are you doing?
Aha!
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
What do I do now? Oh. Well. This is a very disheveled, room. Holy shit, what is this? Oh, there's a light. Oh. Here's my set of controls. Okay. There's got to be something down here that I'm... Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
Very soon.
I just want to make sure.
I can wait.
I'm not touching it. Not touching it. I'm not touching it. Perfect. I haven't moved a lick. Don't worry, Kermit. I'm not moving an inch. I am going to my other computer just so I make sure I don't touch an inch. How long do you think it's gonna take? How long do you think it takes? Haven't touched an inch. Not moved, not touched the mouse, not touched the keyboard. So I'm gonna let it just do its thing. We're gonna go on a BRB because I need to use the restroom, and I'll be right back. And if anything happens, you guys will get to see it, and I'll watch it back in the pod. Nothing. Maybe it happens after you leave for like 5 minutes or something.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Okay.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh no.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just
Memory
one more
zone.
time. Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Seven.
And here was the second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
It's the warehouse.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the warehouse. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone,
No.
so it must have happened.
It's new. It's new. So we're gonna have 13? You notice? Oh, door here. Under the stairs.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh my god! Oh my god, it's a shitty fucking movie! This is peak oh my god! Ah! This is peak 2012. Okay, this is like peak 2010 video editing.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else. And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the Final Figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
And now I have 12. Wonder if there's
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video. Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
What the hell just happened? Okay. I'm gonna try. Oh god, my shoulders are peeling so bad. Ah. Oh, I got a bad sunburn. And, yeah, it's not fun. Again?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those Figleys. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines just one more time. Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Where is it? Oh, it's gonna let me grab the other one.
And here was the second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini-stand? Can you remember? No. The boss's bathroom was the 4th place you found a Figanli, not the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the boss's bathroom feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments? Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figly in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I just want to know how I now have 13.
This was the 5th mini-stand, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy. Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
You have a great one, Odd Player. Stay safe, alright? Feel free to leave a lurk if you want to, but you have a wonderful one. Thanks for popping in.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the Final Figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other, except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video. Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though.
Is there
A
an
solid
apple?
room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
There's another one. There's another one. Right here.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it, the very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figurines. Oh,
That means I might have just found a glitch.
Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Hold on. Because I'm actually rather confused now. Because I'm not sure if falling out of the map was, supposed to happen now.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Sure.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Oh, black screen.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
Oh?
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Maybe now it'll go. maybe. What in the fuck? Okay, so is there they have candy? Well, let's find out. Ugh. Watching the shit firsthand, it's creepy. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna head back in the stream. Alright, and we're back. Alright, nothing happened.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick...
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. I'm Dunny with the
This saying
funny.
is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy.
Recognize your theme of the
Finally,
sunset at the beginning
it's
of this
time to
year.
hand out surveys. Collecting hard
DM
data
me?
from
I'm
your
not sure who you
audience
are.
on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in
feel free to
laughter
DM me on
and even
Telegram.
tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and to very likely
wish I was
die in a
right now.
hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this
Wait,
noble cause,
this is the
just as our
second
children must do
reference
after us,
to
and
an
their children after
extraterrestrial
them.
thing.
Godspeed and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
That is the second time that something like that's been brought up.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
Please don't.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Fuck!
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready?
Oh, wants me to take the left.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Did it? Does it? I'm just gonna check this one more time.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
He wants me to take the left.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
There we go. So, like, I'm just not going to touch anything now. I genuinely want to see. Let's take a look. Nope. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
What the hell? The hallway changed.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
What else changed?
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good,
said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
What if I just jump off? Nah.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it would ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press V for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. His stupid hunk of metal.
Yep. I guess it's an F.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Okay, so the narrator's having an existential crisis.
Bucket.
No!
Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Back to... What the fuck?
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I think I can hop onto my cushion.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching. All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it?
There's a phone
Is this
right here.
Stanley's office?
There's a phone right there that's not going away.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet compassionate. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can get... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
And then I can just do the elevator ending, I think, and that might be where I actually call it for the night, is with the elevator ending.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Oh?
The bucket said nothing.
Press the number 3, huh? Okay.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator. Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing. Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears, and the whole time he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be? "Ha!" said Stanley. "I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart." He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work. For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life. This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one. There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
All right.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
I guess we're gonna do this one too, because I'm not sure if that's like a triggered event or some shit.
Stanley's bucket, the only co-worker he would ever truly need. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Now I'm not sure what to do. Because I did the elevator one. I think I've done everything I can in these rooms.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no. Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what... Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This
I never gave up
is
the
the
bucket.
Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the
Try.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait
I'm trying to give
deserve
it the
join
bucket.
the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the
I guess you
Bucket
can't give it the
Destroyer
bucket.
is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and... The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were...
Oh, my camera died.
magnificent.
That's alright. I think this is a good place as any to end the stream anyways, after this ending. Because I'm pretty sure this is going to cut it here. Yep. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate each and every one of you. And if you like this content, please share it with your friends, family, creepy uncle, anyone you think would like this content. Somehow we now have 18 out of 6 collectibles. And, yeah. So, anyways. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see all you lovely motherfuckers in Monday night stream, when we will be doing more Dragon Quest. I think we're actually going to be traveling to, not Dunsparce, Dundrasil. So, be excited for that one. It's going to be so much fucking fun. Really look forward to it. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see all you lovely motherfuckers in the next stream. Peace out. See ya!